No, it had to be how I wanted it, but as far as I don't call, listen, man, it's not for me to sit here and call anybody any name. You know what I'm saying? I'm simply saying out of my mouth, and for me and the people in my circle, this is what I consider gay.
Prison Stories 101, man. We are back, right back with another one, man. We got him right back in the building, man. LT, welcome.
Hey, what's up with it, man?
Hey, before we get started, we always like to let people first and foremost introduce themselves and then let them know how much time you served.
Yeah, my name is LT, man. I'm from Highland Hills, out to Mesa, a little spot, you know what I'm saying, inside of the cliff. I did 5 years. It was a crazy time when I did it, you know what I'm saying? And I went in 94, and that's pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? You had to catch the last story, man, and I elaborated a little bit more on it at that time, but it was a crazy time, man. Crazy time. I was 17 years old at the time, so definitely. Just imagine how that was. Yep.
Definitely. No, we're going to call that part one, and we're going to consider this part two. But what I always like to do is, whenever someone comes on for the first time, the Prison Stories, I always like to see if, since the last time you come, have you gotten any feedback about the interview, any reactions, anybody outside that may have saw it, give you any reactions about it? Have anyone gave you any skepticism in regards to the interview?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
You know, man, listen, dude, my circle is extremely small. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, all of what I said, they've heard. You know what I'm saying? And if they in my circle, chances are they know. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah, no, man, I'm not really on the internet, man. And if they have seen it, man, they ain't gonna tell me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not difficult to deal with, man, but at the same time, they already know what it is. So
no, definitely.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now, what I would say is, one of the takes, I guess you call it hot take from that interview, was something very polarizing, man, that you had mentioned, which got me to thinking. I said we need to have another conversation in which, and correct me anywhere I'm wrong.
Yes.
But you had mentioned that, hey, based on what you saw, things you saw in prison, there's certain things that you don't abide to, as far as things such as getting head, fellatio,
sure.
Things that a man could possibly do to another man. Those are things that you don't quite subscribe to as much. If you don't mind, because I think there was a lot of people that took that and was like, well, they didn't quite understand.
Sure.
But can you delve a little deeper into what you meant? Then I got a couple of questions, but I want to stick around that and then kind of go from there, because that to me is a mental block almost that comes into play.
Well, again, when I went in, I was 17, and when you start speaking ahead and all that shit, man, in my era, that shit was taboo. You know what I'm saying? And you start really hearing about it. I started hearing about it in the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? And all the black girls in school, like, and I used to look down at that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But it was typically always the white girls and those of such that was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, I could say it was taboo. You know what I'm saying? And then when I started hearing of the black people that were doing it, it was like special holiday type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's an anniversary, so I'm gonna give you some. And, you know what I'm saying? It was a birthday type shit, whatever. But, I guess for me in particular, man, I always felt like I wasn't introduced to it per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, a girl didn't introduce that to me in time. I was 17. I just turned 17, literally like 2 months. So, you know what I'm saying? So I guess I wasn't introduced to that. I was introduced to the other shit, missionary type shit, which I love. You know what I'm saying? I like looking at whoever the fuck I'm fucking with anyway. So, but anyway, so when I actually was introduced to that type shit, and what I mean by introduction, I saw it, and I was just like, that is the weirdest, nastiest looking shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? How could someone engage in something like this? You know what I'm saying? And so my mind, and I read some of the comments, people were like, man, that nigga struggling with his sexuality or some whole ass shit like that there. And it had nothing to do with that, family. Like, man, I'm good with where I stand. You know, what it was, man, is that, you know, when I saw what I saw, you know what I'm saying, and you can't help but see it, you know what I'm saying, shit. So it just really just made me feel a certain type of way about it, you know what I mean? And so I just felt like anything that you can do with the opposite sex, or anything that you can do with the opposite sex that you can't do with the same sex, you know what I'm saying, is, let me make sure I said that right. Anything that you can do with the same sex that you can't do with the opposite sex is gay to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I mean by that is things, because listen, and I,
yeah, so take it.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to say is a vagina. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about pussy. I'm saying a vagina. You know what I'm saying? You know, and because in there, of course, you can always go the route of pussy. You know what I'm saying? Always. You know what I'm saying? You can always go the route of head. You know what I'm saying? And if you find something that has a similarity to a woman, then you could cross that line. You know what I'm saying? But I guess my perception of it is if you didn't have a vagina, you know what I'm saying, I would never look your way anyway. And of course, tits too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not trying to get too
technically
explicit here, but you know what I'm saying? But my point is that, you know, but in there you had guys that had those, you know what I'm saying? And all of that there. So again, it had to be that one particular, you know what I'm saying, of a JJ, you know what I'm saying? And so, no, I feel like, man, listen, if you take certain things out of the equation, and if you have the exact desire for, you know, this and that and that and this, you will cross over the line. That's why me personally, I never engaged, because I knew even when I got out, man, and I've been married almost 29 years now. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Certain things we just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, and it's just for me. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, I tried it. Nigga ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, and the old lady, man, she's solid as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So she always want to take care of her dude. But I'm not one to actually climax from it. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess it's the mental for me. You know what I'm saying? I want to come from what I come with. You know what I'm saying? Shit, so.
Yeah, no, that's one thing I want to ask, because I was looking at it like, you know, technically a female, and like you mentioned, of course, you play in the world of the vagina. I was like,
sure,
kissing is something that both sexes could do.
True that.
Does that turn you off? Like, is this...
No, man. I told you, all those are things that are extremely stimulating. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking of a vagina. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have that, and it ain't just you have that, because then I'll be out here fucking anything and everything moving. I'm speaking of everything has to align.
Yeah,
everything has to align. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing, and people know me, man, as I was attracted to light or white. You know what I'm saying? Either you have to be light or white. You know what I'm saying? That was my shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, everything has to be how I wanted it. You know what I mean? Shit, you know, I was very particular, you know, and I still am. You know what I mean? And thank God I found the one that was perfect. She hit everything. She hit everything on the nail. You know what I mean? Shit, but no, it had to be how I wanted it. But as far as, I don't listen, man, it's not for me to sit here and call anybody any name. You know what I'm saying? I'm simply saying, out of my mouth, and for me and the people in my circle, this is what I consider gay. You know what I'm saying? If you fucking on another man, if you sucking on another man, if you're taking it from another man, you gay as a motherfucker, bro. You can sit here and say, yeah, I only do it in this spot. I only do it in that spot. You're still gay. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, but that's your life. That's your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Listen, as long as you don't ever cross the line with me, then we good, bro. I respect each and every individual out here in this world. You know what I'm saying? But again, you got to keep it at respect. You know what I mean? But if you disrespect, then, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, that changes the whole situation ultimately, right?
Right. Ladies are face.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man, there was a lot of punks in there, man, that were nasty with it, bro. And I'm talking about with their hands, bro, like vicious. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but at the same time, man, they knew who to try. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's just the truth of it, dude. You know what I'm saying? A punk, man, it's kind of crazy how this shit work, but they know, they can sense it in your conversation. You know, they can sense it in the way you walk. They can sense it in the way you talk, bro, the way you carry yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas say they straight, bro, until they get into that motherfucker. See, man, listen, man, people have a tendency to look at a motherfucking judge based on appearance. Man, listen, man, there was a lot of monsters in there that was cool than a motherfucker. Cool niggas, man, that looked amazing, bro. Had conversation out of this world, bro. Had a mouthpiece on their ass, nigga. But were monsters, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
We say monsters.
Meaning like they will sit back and fuck you off real quick, like in a matter of a second, bro. You can sit back and y'all can be having the best conversation and you say the wrong thing, bro. And they won't give you a chance to retract it. They're fucking you off right then and there, bro. Now let it be a decision based on just that amount of a second of you saying something, oh, bitch ass nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. Just that, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't play that. See, I hear a lot of that bitch shit now.
That's
you know
happening now.
Yeah, no, I hear a whole lot of that shit, nigga. Man, shut the fuck up, bitch, nigga. Or fuck, nigga, or whatever. Yeah. And that shit ain't going the way it's supposed to go. Oh, what's up? And shit, so nah, man, it, you know, again, like I say, man, it's just the way you carry yourself. You know what I mean? You just gotta be mindful of what you say and how you say it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you're around or who you with. You just gotta be mindful of what you do. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, definitely. Now you had mentioned something. I don't think people knew that. It's funny that you mentioned it because I forgot it was like that. You said back in the 80s, coming up 90s, it came to where it was taboo. White women was the only ones that actually gave dome. I forgot that was even that. You're right. That was a thing back then. That wasn't even a thing that black women ever said that they.
No, black women thought that shit was extremely nasty, bro. Unless you had the ones that was in that circle.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you was in that particular circle, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, you might look at it differently. But nah, hell no. Exactly. Typical black, you know what I'm saying, households, you know what I'm saying? I have sisters and shit like that. Oh, that shit nasty.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to get your dick sucked, nigga, you go to the white girl. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. That was the conversation of it all.
Nah, bro, that's how I read.
So, but yeah, man. And then when it did become adopted, at that point, then it had to be like on special occasions.
Yeah.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I sucked my nigga dick on his birthday or anniversary or shit like that. But it wasn't like, because listen, man, I think truthfully, man, I think the reason why a lot of guys are doing it, especially black in particular, is because we were trying to avoid, I assume that they were trying to avoid, you know, basic shit like pregnancy, trying to, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I ain't trying to take a chance on getting a hoe pregnant, you know what I'm saying? So suck me off, get me off, what whoop this, that, and the third, or diseases, you know what I'm saying? Or at least that's what they thought.
That's
you know
what they thought.
The crazy part is when I was about to, when I was almost 3.5, almost 4 years in, it was a nigga named K5, you know what I'm saying? He was from Dallas, bro. He was a nigga that was supposedly fucking all the hoes and Kimball and Carter and all, you know, all around the cliff, man, giving them hoes AIDS, you know what I'm saying? And so that's when AIDS was truly an epidemic. In the late 80s into the mid 90s, bro, man, it was like an epidemic, my nigga. Like it was like how COVID was in 2020. Like it was cray-cray, you know?
To go into 94, was that a fear in prison as far as just when you hear even whispers of AIDS?
Yeah, no. So listen, man, when you go in, bro, anyone that been in know this, that, you know what I'm saying? The first thing they do, you know what I'm saying, is check to see if you have anything. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, you start, you know, they put you in a certain place and, you know, on the farm, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, that's either you gay or you got some or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? And so, yeah, when you first get in, man, they draw your blood, you know what I mean? And to see if you have anything, you know, it could be chlamydia, trick, AIDS, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So they want to ensure that you don't have anything before they put you in GP. You know what I mean?
For those who do have something, how does that work? If somebody actually did come in with, let's say, AIDS.
They separate you.
Okay.
They separate you, bro. But then again, man, it's like, nigga, when we went in, you was so annoyed. Even when you was getting it in, scrapping, bro, you still trying to watch out for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that nigga leaked on me. You know what I'm saying?
Like even someone spitting on someone.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking no-go.
Yeah,
man, you better ever do that shit. You lose your life. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
You better off hitting. Yeah, you better off hitting.
Spit or slap, my nigga, you losing your life.
I would expect.
No. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I'm saying? Anyone that, of course, been in know that there's a lot of shit that we truly that you, if you was really in there, you can't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's still incriminating right now. You know what I'm saying? It could be 30, 40, 50, 60 years down the road. You can't talk about certain shit because it's still incriminating, bro. That shit don't go away, ever. It don't ever go away. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and say what you really done.
Yeah.
You can't.
My
You
God.
can't incriminate yourself, family. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, man, those that have made it out, man, say, I don't care what they had to do to get out. If they got their ass out, bro, they took a journey. They were on a journey in that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if you did 6 months to a year. You know what I'm saying? It's every day was a trial because you never knew when and you never knew where. You just knew it was gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Does it matter when someone only did, let's say, a year versus someone who did 20 years? Do you see any sense of a different type of person that person might be?
I think, yeah, of course. Your whole at that point, it'll be your mentality will change. You know what I'm saying? Because it's over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, everything changes at that point because you're seeing people come and go. You know what I'm saying? And so that means you're dealing with different progressions. You know what I'm saying? Let it be with the COs and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Just the lifestyle of it changes. You know what I'm saying? And the penitentiary lifestyle changes, it seems like every 3 months. It's way more advanced than out here. Out here, man, to me, it's considered slow. It's like being up in New York or something. And the penitentiary, that shit changes often, extremely often, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, the shit moves extremely fast, bro.
What causes that change? What causes that shift, you think? Is it just a new type of inmate or?
No, I just think it's people, the evolution, people coming in at different times. People are always coming in. So when new people come in, you got new game coming in. You got new stories coming in. You got everything that transpired out here is being brought in here. And so we make our own, we depict our own images from it, man. And we kind of develop from that. You know what I'm saying? And we just make our own version of it. You know what I mean? Just like out here, you know what I'm saying? You have like certain brands like Kellogg's and all these other different brands or toothpaste, Colgate. And there, man, you might have a different brand. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's just a different version. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Nothing really changes but the name, right? You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
It's just that it's just a different version and you just kind of build from that. Yeah.
So we started the conversation off based on, just that last conversation we had from the first interview, but I got to get your take on this because it made me think like, to see what you saw at a young age and there, to me that, I don't want to use the word mental block, but that is something mentally that stuck with you. And I want to speak on that for a second as far as other things that happen, that take place that you've carried with you from prison to the outside. What are, if anything, are some things that you took with you? And let's start with the way you eat. I hear that, of course, with prison, you more so are closer down to your plate. Eating quick because you're on. It's a time limit. You're eating quicker.
Sure.
Did that stick with you for a while after you got out, as far as the way you even consume food?
No, there it's a little different because you only have a certain amount of time, right? And so, and a lot of I was in the field, so I was dealing with field bosses. I wasn't just dealing with regular COs. Like if you wasn't in the fields and you had other jobs and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, then you was going to lunch with other, with your pods or whatever the fuck. I was I was in the field, so I was eating with my field niggas and the field bosses were the CEOs per se, you know what I'm saying? So they would give us a little bit more time. Normally you only allotted like 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Some give 10, some give 12 and all that whole ass shit. But if they knock on your table, you got to get your ass up, you know what I mean? So, but field bosses, man, I had a cool boss, you know what I'm saying? So he goes like 15, 16 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And our picture that stayed on our table was always full. You know what I'm saying? So, man, listen, dude.
So when you got out?
Oh, right. So, right, going back towards that, my bad. So now when I got out, man, I didn't have that wall, bro. Man, it did change a little bit, yes. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I was so used to eating a lot, in a small amount of time. Whereas when I first got out, yeah, my wife, because I got married like literally 3.5 months after I got out, and so my wife was like, "Damn, why are you eating so fast? And why are you like safeguarding? It looks like your food. You know what I'm saying? And why is it that you don't drink during the meal? You don't only drink after the meal. You know what I'm saying? And because you only had time to eat your food, then drink, then go. You know what I'm saying? But now, it then slowly changed to where I drink a little bit before the meal, I drink during, and then I drink thereafter. You know what I'm saying? And so, but no, man, you had to eat, and get up, and then you better knock on the table and show respect, and then get up. You know what I'm saying? And bail out.
Did you ever do that in the free world?
Man, I did you know what? It's funny, dude, right hand of God. My first meal was, of course, at home. And I didn't go out or anything, man. But when I got up, I knocked on the table. You know what I'm saying? And my brother was like, "Man, what's wrong? What happened?" And I'm like, "Oh, man, I'm tripping, bro." You know what I'm saying? But, it's just, it become habit. Anything you do 7 days or more becomes habit, right? So, yeah. Man, I knocked, you know what I'm saying? And it took me a half a second, you know what I'm saying, to stop that. But I kind of understood it, though. You know what I'm saying? At first, I didn't. Again, when you're in there, everything is always evolving. So, you hear these old heads, or you'll watch these, if you're observing, which most motherfuckers, if they're about something, they better keep their eyes open and their ears peeled. You know what I'm saying? See, you're extremely observant. You'll see, why is that nigga always knocking on the table every time you get off that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see niggas get their motherfucking wig split, not doing so. You know what I'm saying? So it's just letting you know, hey, man, I'm done, man. Appreciate eating with you guys, and I'm out of here type shit. You know what I'm saying?
You seen somebody get their wig split for not letting the table know that they...
because it's a form of respect. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful not to do it. I know, man.
So, just because, again, you got to explain the mentality. Sure. What is the disrespect? Like, the fact that I ate done and I just get up, or...
Right.
Like, where's the disrespect lie? Or where did they take the disrespect lie?
I can't put my finger on why. You know what I'm saying? It was just a rule. Right. Rule. Yeah. And rules are made up damn near every day, right? Yeah. The house make up the rules. You got the laws. And then, of course, whatever house you're in, they make up their own rules. Every penitentiary, every farm was different. I was on Robertson, so it was a little different than probably any other farm. You know what I'm saying? But on my farm, you had to knock on the table, let a motherfucker know that you're done. You know what I'm saying? And type shit, and typically it's always, the tables that we were on, it was only 4 men. You know what I'm saying? So shit, man, it wasn't like how everywhere else is probably 8 or 10 or 12 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get a pitcher of Kool-Aid in the center, you know what I'm saying? And everybody fill up one time.
Oh, they give y'all a pitcher of Kool-Aid.
They put it in the center. Yeah.
Can I go for seconds?
No, man, not until everybody got their drink. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's again, we're talking, early 94. So it was a little different. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak of 96. I went in 94. I can't speak of 98. I went in 94. I can't speak of 92. You know what I'm saying? My number started at 74. That was my TDC number at 74. You got a lot of 78s and that. I heard they're in the hundreds now. So I don't know. I ain't never going back. So shit, I can't speak on that.
Speaking for real.
Shit, so
the mentality, I heard this before as far as just even something as simple as using the restroom. You got to do the number 2, got to do the business. You down one, drown one. Yeah, down one, drown one.
Yeah, down one, drown one, man. Always.
Does that mentality follow you out into the free world?
You got damn right. And I got bidets. Listen, man. My house is around 6,200 square feet, bro. I got 5 bedroom, 5 bath, man. And every motherfucking bathroom got a bidet. Every single one. And I still down one, drown one.
Come on.
I still down one, drown one, bro. I got to, man. It just makes sense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because of that gas, man. You know what I'm saying? That gas, bro. You know what I'm saying? It let off. So you put that gas where it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? And so, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sleeping, from the noises here, once them doors roll, boom, clink, you stuck in. Did you when you get out, did you have to have doors open when you're in your bedroom, or this is when you first got out? Did you have to confine spaces where you're okay?
No, man. Man, my mind was always open, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't care how tight it was. Okay. You know what I mean? Listen, man.
So so you didn't have a claustrophobic nature to you?
No.
So a
Listen, I didn't
6x8 can feel like a mansion to you because your mind is.
It could.
Okay, then.
It could. Listen, man, I can find peace anywhere, family.
Yeah.
I can be in that corner right over there, my nigga. Give me my blanket and nigga, I swear to God, nigga, I would be in my own little spot.
Man.
Straight up, bro. It's wherever you find your peace at, man.
That's real.
That's it, man. Like, listen, man, have you ever had an MRI?
No.
Well, that's a little different. Try that. If you think you claustrophobic, man, you get into that little motherfucker. And you be in that motherfucker 30 to 45 minutes and all you hear is just zzz, you know what I'm saying? And they even give you headphones. And that's all you hear. People, man, I know people that had panic attacks in that motherfucker. Say they will never, vow to never do an MRI. You know what I'm saying? But I go into my spot. I go into my mental spot, bro. I go into that motherfucking spot, man, and I feel good. You know what I'm saying?
What tip would you give someone who, again, there's a lot of young dudes that might, of course, see the inside of a jail cell, inside of a penitentiary, where they make their first time in the shoe, their first time in solitary. What are some mental exercises? Because some people do hyperventilate. Some people do have panic attacks.
Sure.
Some people lose their mind.
Oh, absolutely. I've said that before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I told you a lot of people, man, took their mind because of their mental. Yeah. And a lot of people lost their mind because of their mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shit. So, man, I would say personally, man, learn how to breathe. Man, believe it or not, we've been breathing for years and a lot of people still don't have it right. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but I always find your happy spot. You know what I'm saying? Find your happy place. Gain a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm not religious in any means, but I'm extremely spiritual. I know there's not one man in this world who could have created, you know what I'm saying, me or anything like me. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So, no, man, you have to listen, man. People are here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You can find someone in that motherfucker that you can link up with, man, that kind of have the same type of vibe that you on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying being part of no clique or no gang or no, none of that. I'm saying whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, that you can find, help get you to where you're trying to go, you know what I'm saying, then find that. And it'll find you, you know what I'm saying? Stay to yourself, but but staying to yourself, you can still be respectful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
You did a track with Fourth legend, Twisted Black. And I had him come in, and of course, he spoke on prison stories as well. And we spoke on what it means to go into prison with some type of status, like a rapper or, you're this or that. Does that matter? Like if you hear about somebody coming to the yard or coming to the dorm and they have some type of status in the outside world, does it matter with the inmates? Does it matter with the COs? If somebody has any type of status in the outside world or...
Yes, of course it does. Listen, man, depending on what your stat was or your fame was out here, will absolutely depict how people treat you on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, if you was a nigga who out here who had money but didn't have no hands, you know what I'm saying? Then, you will get tried. You know what I'm saying? And or you have to pay for protection. You know what I'm saying? And then a regular nigga who ain't really known out here. You know what I'm saying? Everyone get looked at one point in time. You know what I mean? But again, if you go in there with some type of stat or outside credentials or something, no, you will, people will, you know what I'm saying, somehow figure a way to try to hustle you out of whatever got going on. If you got money out here, chances are you can make stow every motherfucking time inside. So if you can make stow every time inside, you're going to have a whole lot of motherfuckers, man, you know what I'm saying, rocking with you, man, just to see what they can get out of you type shit. You know what I'm saying? Or extort your family or something, man. It's all kinds of shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like, for real. Man, penitentiaries, man, is Pot couldn't have said it better. It's packed with promise makers, man. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of those motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of motherfuckers out here and there, man, will swear up and down, man. They were the biggest and baddest motherfuckers out here in the world. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And again, it's just a story, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, again, if you care to listen to it, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I just feel like, again, just be respectful. Respect carries so much weight in that. And out here as well, too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you see a whole lot of disrespectful motherfuckers out here, bro, that'll just walk in front of you. I ain't gonna say step on your shoe type shit, but just walk in front of you, no excuse me, all this and all that there type shit. And you just want to just go ahead and break their jaw right then and there. You don't even want to talk to them, man. You just want to just catch them one time, teach that pussy ass nigga I told you, or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? You just want to show them, but you can't. You got to have some type of resilience out here. You got to have something that, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to stay out here too, though, right? You
exactly. Come on.
Yeah, freedom comes at a price.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to hold back.
Can you tell when someone out in the free world, can you tell if somebody's did time or not? Like,
oh, I can.
Yeah, like, is it, well,
it's either one or two things. They're extremely loud or they're extremely quiet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're extremely loud or extremely quiet.
That's real.
And the ones that are extremely quiet, man, those are the ones to watch out for. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Anybody that knows anything, know. If you're extremely loud, we know what time it is too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So everybody's bad until they get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can't imagine someone extremely quiet that did time in the free world.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what's burning what's burning their brain, man. I wonder what's.
Man, I'm extremely quiet. So I contemplate a lot.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? And I think about a lot of shit. But a lot that goes on in my mind also is where I am now today. You know what I'm saying? And how appreciative I am of being extremely selective of my family. You know what I'm saying? See, relatives you're born with, family you actually have the opportunity to select, you know. And I just thank God I was pretty damn good in selecting the right one. Matter of fact, this past couple of Saturdays ago, my middle boy, he got married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you, man. And they're expecting. You know what I'm saying? So
double congrats.
Granddaddy is around the corner.
Come on.
So the pawpaw. So, but I think of them.
Yeah.
I think of my boys. I think of all of them. You know, and they have yet to see Dad never not to be there. I've been there with them ever since they all were born. And so it was just it was a blessing, man, to be amongst their growth. It was a blessing to be amongst their growth. It was a blessing to be amongst the things that they had to go through. See, I never really told my boys tough love because I feel like that's a little harsh. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like I need to be the one to show them potholes that I know are there. You know what I'm saying? In certain streets and avenues and lanes to avoid. Yeah. Now, listen, we all are on the road. You know what I'm saying? Shit changed on the road. You can't control other drivers.
Come on.
But if you going on a certain boulevard, certain lane, certain street, you know that certain potholes have yet to be repaired, then watch those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for that type shit. Daddy already been there. Daddy already knows. Now, the thing is that they're gonna, if they're hard-headed ass motherfuckers, they're gonna go ahead and go that route anyway. Ain't nothing you can do about that. You know what I'm saying? As long as you've done your part by informing them. You know what I'm saying? But my niggas, man, I instilled morals, values, and all different levels of respect. Like if my little niggas in here now, and I say little, they ain't little, they 28, 22, about 20, 23, and 17. So, but they all would be yes and no, sir. If your chick was right there, they wouldn't even look at a nigga. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? My niggas are solid like that, bro.
Come on.
They don't do a whole lot of talking. You know what I'm saying? They just like daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I gave them what I know will get them further on in life. You know what I'm saying? So they know what time it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to say a whole lot of shit. A whole lot of people. Let it be they walking in the store with their mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, your boys are so respectful. But they animals too. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Yeah. So again, man, everybody's tough until they get touched. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody. Everybody's tough until they get touched, bro.
Yeah, everyone has a plan.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
until
man.
They get punched in the mouth.
That's why, man, you got damn right. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson said that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I say that to say, man, I grew up around some real motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I thank God for absolutely all of them. I took the good and the bad, and I made my own out of it. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just grateful to be here. You know what I'm saying? You know? And so
spreading wisdom, man.
Yeah.
With that being said, normally we do these again. We never want to glorify prison. We never want to make it light of it. But we are educating those who, of course, need to seek some type of education about it. I want you to speak on those who haven't actually been through the penitentiary system, but again, what it does for your mental, to your mental, as you touch in, if you don't mind closing us out with that, as far as just speaking to those young men who may not think they tougher than the program, basically. Man,
the penitentiary is going to teach you, period, point blank. It's a hell of a school that you don't want to be, I wouldn't elect for you to go to. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, if you got any kind of structure out here, parenting, good parenting, uncle, aunt, someone who's trying to enlighten you, you know what I'm saying, and show you the way in any which way. Listen, it's real easy, man, to get distracted and misguided, you know what I'm saying, by your partners or even a hoe, you know what I'm saying? You got some of these bitches out here, bro, that will turn around and lead you the wrong way, get you started doing certain shit that you never did. Like, I'll never forget, man, it was this chick. I ain't getting too far off the subject, man, but I ain't never smoked weed before. And it was this chick, man, she was a fucking nurse, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? She had me smoke my first little blunt. And then I was sitting on that couch, man, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? But my point in saying that is that it can come from anywhere, you know what I'm saying? To kind of throw you off of your shit, you know what I'm saying? And so my point is that, yeah, man, for the youngsters, man, listen, dude, it's hard for me to sit here and be the one to say, hey, listen, man, stay in school, this and that and the third. But man, listen to your parents, listen to your uncle, listen to your granddad, listen to your cousin, whoever is trying to guide you the right way. Because in there, man, it's a place where it only takes one mistake. And don't get me wrong, out here, man, you know, it can be like that there too, but you can also run, but you can't run in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, and the word of mouth in that motherfucker moves so fast. Cool. You know what I'm saying? It can stretch to every penitentiary yard, pit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you hold, and it's gonna follow you all the way out here. You know what I'm saying? If you solid, it's gonna follow you all the way to out here. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, man, just stay grounded however you can, even if it was just you and you had to find God and say, hey, listen, Lord, help me right now. You know what I'm saying? Give me guidance right now, please. I need you right now. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing weak about asking God to help you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, bro. Like man, I told you on part one, like when I got my time, bro, nigga, I was sitting in that motherfucking cell, bro, waiting to get, you know what I'm saying, to get taken up, you know, back up to North Tower, bro. And when I went into that motherfucker, man, I went into my tank, bro, and I closed that bitch. Nigga, I rolled over and I cried my motherfucking ass off, man. I was 17, bro. I just got hit with 5 years. Now, listen, 5 years might not be a lot to some people, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it meant everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew I was going to the house. So knowing that to saying that I knew I wasn't getting out, I knew I had to catch a chain, I knew I had to do this, and I knew I had to do that. It just changed my whole mentality, nigga. And I went from being an ape to a gorilla, my nigga. Like straight up, bro. Everything changed at that point, nigga. I looked at everything. I looked at anything and everything at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you feel like it's just in you to do that, bro, then shit, man, hey, take your shot, bro. But coming from me or coming from anyone that's similar, have similarities to me or like me, they're gonna tell you the same thing, man. There ain't shit in there. You're gonna learn lessons though. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be the way you want to get taught. You know what I'm saying? But you absolutely, if you're strong, you will definitely learn lessons. You know what I'm saying? Or you will become the lesson. You know what I'm saying? And so.
Yeah, nah, it's real, man. It's a school you don't want to enroll into, man. With that being said, man, I got to say it again, man. Prison Stories 101, LT, I appreciate you coming back, laying down the game. We'll love to have you back. But I salute you, man.
All right, right on.
Let's go.
All right, fam.